South West Boxing Media in association with Bricks and Streetwear. Delighted to be joined by Peter Fury. Peter, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. Good to have you here.
Oh, thanks. I mean, thanks, so much for your hospitality. Really grateful to be in this fantastic gym of yours.
So you've enjoyed it, have you?
Apart from the sweltering heat, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Yeah, it's even worse when you're training them.
I mean, how was your bank holiday been? Have you sort of enjoyed your bank holiday, or has it all been, in the gym working hard, pushing the fighters on?
No. Took a rest. I went down to Chichester.
Oh, nice.
What a beautiful place that is. And there's another village with the castle in it, a little bit further down. Really nice place that. So yeah, went down there just for the day. Well, I went down for the night, and the next day we was there, and then I came back. I did drive into Brighton, but it was so busy, I turned back round again.
The odd pint of Guinness here and there, or no?
No, I'm off the Guinness. I'm off all the drink. I've got to calm down with that one.
Nice little local down the road, but then Pete, we did pop in earlier. Just
Yeah.
had a look. It's a nice little local, I got to say.
It is me local, and they know me very well there. No danger on that.
So coming back to the gym, Pete, we obviously touched upon it. I mean, how normal is the gym environment again? We've had a year of, restrictions and guidelines that we've had to follow. Just tell us how normal is the gym environment once again?
It's always been pretty normal for us because it's a private gym. So we work together. There's a select few fighters here. So we haven't really felt it in the gym. Because like I said, it's not been open to the public. So it's been all right. But hopefully things get back to normal very quick.
Yeah, we hope so.
Definitely. I mean, you're all fit and well and obviously suffering, COVID yourself. I mean, there's no right time to have COVID, but, just before a fight, it must have been very frustrating for you and Savannah.
It was frustrating for Savannah, that scuppered the hopes. That's it, little things. This is what, a lot of people don't realise. The fight's never on until you're in the ring.
Yeah.
Anything can go wrong. It's like when we have heavy training camps and you're looking forward to the fight and stuff, and then you get into camp and then you're waiting for that result. It can easily come back positive.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The fight's off, and everybody else is off with you, so it's not good. So yeah, it's just another experience.
And as you said, you said the word experience there, and you said anything can happen until they get in the ring. I mean, to add to that frustration, obviously Savannah's opponent, trainer, also then tested positive for COVID. Just tell us, we asked Savannah the same question. We said, if there's a change of opponent in fight week, on short notice, from your personal point of view, how difficult can that be then to prepare for after, all you've gone through, and maybe you've looked at a certain style or an opponent? How difficult then is it to make that change?
It's not, because I don't believe on being a one-trick pony. Although we'll look at the opponent and we'll do certain things, she'll spar, all the fighters spar with all different shapes and sizes. So we can adapt, because I expect all the unexpected. So I don't look and think this needs to go perfect. I look what can go wrong and work to that. So when the opponent was changed, it was no problem. It's because we just done a little bit on the pads downstairs in the bubble and said, this is what we're going to do, what you've already done 100 times over. Do this, and that's what we're going to do. So that's it. So it's easy enough, because we always work for the unexpected anyway.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously Savannah did get the job done in quite emphatic fashion. We can't obviously hide from the Claressa Shields fight. That's been talked about on social media for quite some time now. Is that the fight you want next, or is that the fight that you want, possibly this year?
I'd definitely say this year. It's not going to happen next. Savannah's due out in July, so that's when she's fighting again. So looking forward to that, and hopefully that can be made after that. So I know she's doing all the right things. Claressa Shields is in the MMA stuff and all of that, so it's all good. It's going to be a fantastic build-up.
As we said, publicly, both ladies have expressed, their interest and they want to get this fight on.
Yeah.
But I've also saw that Savannah has thrown a bit of doubt upon how much Claressa actually wants it, Peter. Do you have those same doubts, mate, about thinking whether Claressa does actually want this fight?
I can't speak for the other side. There's no reason why she shouldn't want it. It's the biggest fight out there. She wants to be the best there is. You know, she's looking for Ali status apparently, so Savannah shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
So, like I say, you know, I think it's. Listen, we just don't know. I don't know what people think. There's one thing for sure. She's Savannah is by far the most difficult test she'll have ever been in with. So it depends how she can deal with that. I'm saying that she's probably the best that Savannah's been in with. That's why it's such a good fight. This, you know. So I'm interested in seeing it. I want Savannah to prove that she's the best in the world, unify them belts, and that's the plan. You know, I'm not saying, you know, she's going to beat Clarissa Shields. That's stupid. No, I do love when trainers say, you know, they're not fighting, by the way. It's all right for the fighter to say, I'm going to do this, do that. But me as a trainer and looking at it, yeah, then and knowing anything can go wrong in a fight, styles make fights. You know, one style can be a nightmare for the other one. You just really don't know 100% until the bell goes how things are going to pan out. So, you know, it is one of them. So this is, I think the fight will be a genuine 50-50 fight. But I do believe in Savannah, she can come through it.
Everybody always talks about, you know, obviously Savannah beat her in the amateur days and everybody refers back to that. You know, do you ever talk to your fighters about those psychological factors, or is it something, Peter, that you know, you're just focusing on obviously the tactical side of things and working on those things instead?
Amateur boxing is the best thing they can do for young people coming through. You know, it's a great sport, amateur boxing, yeah. But amateur boxing, professional boxing is a different ball game, yeah. You know, didn't Mike Tyson lose to Tyrrell Biggs in the amateurs?
Yeah.
And you know, we all know what happened in the pro ranks.
Yeah.
So it's a different gravy altogether. Can't even, not even a resemblance. You know, could it be a psychological issue? I don't know. That's up to her. I know Savannah doesn't think anything of it. It's just a normal fight to her. But I think that's the thing with Savannah as well. She's got that edge where, you know, Clarissa Shields is not personal with Savannah. She's not bothered. She don't care who it is. She believes she can put a fist through her, and that's it. So all the talk and all of this, all of that, ain't gonna phase Savannah at all. So she's well up for these type of fights, and you know, I think this year, hopefully we'll see it.
I mean, like you said, obviously the trainers are the ones that are in the ring, and they're not the ones that go and fight. But are you sort of studying sort of the fight of Clarissa Shields and implementing a game plan, you know, for Savannah, or is it just pretty much you're concentrating on what Savannah does great and that's how you're going to attack the fight?
Well, we're constantly improving Savannah. Savannah's had, what's she had now, 10 fights?
Yeah.
You know, 10 fights. You know, I know it's women's boxing, but that don't mean anything to me. Savannah is an improving fighter. You know, she's ready for world titles, but she's improving. Every time she comes in this gym, she's working on stuff, and we're improving again all the time. You know, small increments, but you know that you're not looking at the finished product. It's things we're working on, as you'll have seen in there today.
Yeah.
I'm constantly working on stuff where I can see bits of flaws here and there. So it's just ironing the creases out. But as you know, in world boxing, you've got a pair of trousers just come out the washing machine, the crease to death. So it's, there's a lot of creases to iron out.
You mentioned, obviously, I just wanted to ask you as well, I found it interesting. I mean, I noticed in the ring, you know, you were stopping your fighters, Huey, Savannah, talking them through things, speaking to them regularly, reminding me a bit of, you know, being a bit of a teacher as well as a trainer. Do you think, is that something that's always been your style of, you know, of, as a trainer, of coaching your fighters? You know, stopping them, talking them through things, almost a bit like a teacher, as I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, what is a trainer? I'm not really a trainer, really. I don't know what you want to call it. Trainer's easier. Yeah? But you've got to explain and break things down to the fighter why you're asking them to do it. And we're doing it because that sets up this. If you don't do it, you'll have this problem. And, you know, making them understand exactly where they are and the reasons behind it. And when the fighter starts nodding in acknowledgement and saying, yeah, it's right, then once they know it's right, all they got to do is perfect it, because one, they've been told it, they believe in it. Secondly, they need to perfect it because they know when they perfect it, it's going to work. That's what you need to do.
I want to come on to Huey.
And I talk a lot, so it's very easy for me.
Always a good thing. Coming on to Huey, Peter, I mean, how's training going for him? He looked fantastic again in their training today. Another potentially exciting year ahead for Huey.
Definitely, Huey's earmarked for 2 fights this year. You know, speaking to MTK Global, you know, Eddie Hearn and stuff, and we're just waiting on dates now. So Huey will definitely be fighting in the summer. So probably June, July even. He's always in camp. Huey's ready, and we've been tweaking him all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking for vast improvements on Marius Wack, and yeah, getting a couple of fights this year, and hopefully next year he's back in the mix.
I know obviously you can't announce anything yet or tell us too much, but fight camp shows possibly, quite possibly, you know, the Matchroom fight camp shows. I know Eddie's been talking about the fight camp shows happening, such a huge success last year. Possibly see Huey involved in one of those.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, we can have a walk around his house.
Yeah. Would you ever, could we come here for a fight camp show? Could you ever see that happening? Because it's certainly a venue fit for him, mate.
You know, look, you know, let all the management teams, let the promoters do that side. I've got enough in here getting the fighters ready. I think, you know, listen, you've heard that saying, be a jack of all trades and a jack of none.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's good at what they do. You know, if that was the case, when I'm going out building of a day, I'd be a joiner, I'd be an electrician. Instead, I can't even hammer a nail in. So everybody to the job, innit?
I mean, you touched on Huey's performance against Marius Wack. We as fans felt that it was a good performance. Obviously, you as a trainer, maybe you just touched on it, maybe said vast improvements. How did you assess the performance?
Yeah, it was good insofar as now he's, you know, we're looking at a man in there. We're not looking at a young boy getting out the way of the shots. You know, you're looking at somebody who's happy to sit in the pocket. Yeah. He's happy to trade with you. You know, swap leather for leather if he needs to.
Has he got his man strength now, would you say? Or?
He's definitely got his man strength. He's different. You've seen what he's like in there.
Yeah.
You've seen his body shape when you're looking at him. Does he look a small heavyweight to you?
No.
He's banging in it. He's banging.
That's what I'm saying. He's got the power to knock your head off. So basically, that's there now. So what I want to see with you is more controlled aggression. You know, not like coming in and you notice he's been prone to cuts in the past. That's because he's got a careless attitude about being it. Well, you can't really do that. So now it's more of the same, but more educated and a lot more relaxed and educated, and pacing his way through the rounds a lot better.
I mean, speaking of experience, you know, for a 26-year-old man, Huey is someone who comes with a lot of experience already. I mean, he's fought obviously for the world title, he won the British title, and he's shared the ring with so many top heavyweights. I mean, how do you personally think that type of experience now is going to fare Huey as he strives towards the long-term goal and ambition of becoming a world champion?
I think it's just a matter of time for Huey. You know, we're looking at a fighter where it'd be different if you're seeing him in the ring and there's no improvement. You've seen the improvement from his previous fight to the Marius Wack fight. Now you'll see an improvement in him again in his next fight. Yeah. So you're seeing the improvement. People can physically see the work he's been doing. So then you can see. So talking is one thing and doing is another. But you'll soon see the result of him when he boxes, because he's improving tenfold on his game.
I mean, when he was offered the Povetkin fight, the Pulev fight, was there a part with this, you know, maybe it's a bit too much too soon, or is it just a matter of, well, if you're good enough, let's get in and see how good you are?
Yeah, listen, you know, you don't see really how good you are until you get wet. I'm not into padding people's records. I don't like that carry on.
There's too much of that in boxing, too much of it.
And you know, everybody's afraid of losing that zero. You know, zero win. No. Yeah. You know, look, he's had 28 fights, lost 3 to world champions. So what? A young lad coming through, best learning of all. Has he been overmatched? Should them fights been taken? 100%, because he's not been wiped up off the floor, has he? Yeah. He's been in, even them fights, all of them, he's been in tough fights in them. He's held his own in them. You know, so...
Especially Parker fight. It could have gone either way. Some people said Parker, some people said Fury, you know. Yeah,
exactly. So he's been matched right. The only time you can say you put a young fighter over his head is if he's getting badly hurt in there. You know, but that's never been the case.
No.
Yui's only lost fights because he's not done enough himself. So the right time, it was the right fights. So he's at a perfect grounding. Yes.
I mean, with all the belts sort of tied up at the moment, is it frustrating knowing, you know, you're going to have a long sort of wait to get the belts, or do you think maybe that long wait might not be as long as what people are thinking?
Well, I don't really care because you know, I'm improving the fighter. So Yui is a work in progress. He's improving. So the time helps him anyway. We're not looking at a heavyweight in his 30s here. We're looking at somebody who's only just 26.
Yeah.
So he's just coming into his own. So I'm happy with the time we've had. And you know, the team, we speak regular, they know what he wants. So we're all singing off the same hymn sheet. Let's get him a couple of fights and he's ready. You know, so don't get me wrong. If somebody said, "Oh, this world title's available tomorrow, Peter," we'd be in the van. We'd have our toothbrush in our bag, yeah, and we'd be off. You know, don't offer world titles around here because you will not get turned down.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's one of them.
So finally, Peter, just tell us, I mean, how does the perfect year ahead and beyond now look for Team Fury? I mean, not just mention obviously Hughie and Savannah, maybe mention some of the other fighters that you work with or involved with.
Yeah, there's one or two fighters that come in the gym. Working with Spear Shack, he's from Liverpool. He's a good young kid. So we're just doing things with him at the moment. He's managed by Tony Bellew. So yeah, but my main focus at the moment is these are young fighters coming through, just helping them or whatever. There's one or two in the gym, but like I said, the main thrust, if you like, right now is to get Savannah another world title, hopefully in July. The IBF would be perfect if we can get it. So Eddie, if he can do that, it'd be fantastic. And then we've got hopefully unifying the belts towards the end of the year. And Yui, seeing him in 2 good fights this year, putting himself right up there in the mix. And if the world titles come or they don't come, then, you know, it's not all about the money and guiding your way through. You know, let's see if Yui can get some of these top 10, top 5 towards, you know, early next year. Okay. That's the plan.
Well, on behalf of myself and Kieran and Southwest Boxing Media, thanks so much for your hospitality today, Pete. It's been a fantastic experience. We wish you and your fighters all the best now for next year and beyond.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Pete. Thank you, mate.